Alright, so you guys ever notice when you go to Mexico, okay, I get these crazy feelings, man. Especially in the house that my father bought. And remember, guys, my father came here, and there's only one reason he was here: to buy a house for his mother, my grandma. Here's the thing: this house, I swear, there's so many stories. To be honest, I do not believe none of them. But here's the thing: my cousin swore once in his life, and I still don't believe him because he's just crazy. But I remember he was telling me where, when he used to live there, he woke up in the middle of the night to go take a piss. Fine. Everyone does that. I do that too, man. If I drink a lot of water, boom, dude, I'm pissing. But here's the thing. Once he goes up in the window like this, in the mirror, I mean, and start washing his face, he sees a double ganger. And he started laughing at him. And everyone knows, dude, when you see yourself in the mirror, obviously, and it start doing something else, you know, it's not mimicking you, they say that is the devil. I don't know if that's a true story, but turns out, boom, he got scared. He went to his room and blam, 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 get out of here, I'm done. And he swears on that. That's the crazy part. And I went to the same restroom that he told me that it happened, and I was there at midnight. Nothing happened. So I call that debunk. There's another story. This is from my tia. Okay, this is when she was small. Okay, back in the day, my tia, when she was little, she used to play with dolls, right? Common thing, dude, for little girls. They play with little Barbie dolls or little dolls. And this is in Mexico, so there was no Barbies. They couldn't afford a Barbie. So she was playing Barbies at 3 a.m. in the morning. Blah, 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 blah. And out of nowhere, this damn doll starts speaking. But here's the thing. This doll did not have like a little device so it could speak. Obviously, my tia, my aunt, started going. She ran towards my grandma, telling her that the doll started speaking. And this is what my grandma did. Because my grandma, she's a little... apparently she sees ghosts and stuff. She's clairvoyant. So what happened was, she grabbed all her dolls, all the damn dolls that she had, went outside, putting in the... she placed them in a pile and light them up and destroyed them. And ever since, my aunt has never touched a doll for the rest of her life. Okay? I believe in that. Just because the dolls could be a vessel for spirits. Everyone needs a home, man. Everyone needs real estate. That's how it is. So I call that a real story. I believe in that one. Okay. Here's another story in the same house that my dad bought. Apparently, my grandma said there's gold there, like Aztec gold that the, I guess either the Spanish Inquisition buried it there in Guanajuato, or it was the Aztec Indians, or I mean the indigenous group. Nobody knows, man. But apparently my uncle told me that actually archaeologists came in and actually dig and trying to find the damn treasure. They couldn't find it. But here's the thing. The only reason why my grandma used to know that there was gold in that house below it is because there is a ghost that loves her to death and trying to, you know, do the the thing, man. She trying to love her. And my grandma says, he's ugly, I don't want to. He like cusses him out so he could leave her alone. But apparently that guy told her there's gold in that house. I don't believe in that one, but if there were gold, I wouldn't be living here, man. I would be rich, man. I'd be living in El Salvador or something, man. Like, I'd be living in the beach, you know, surfing, dude, having a couple chicks in my side, dude. I'd be happy guy, man. Not the case. That one, debunk. I don't think that was real at all. Okay, these two. Actually, there's three. But I remember I used to go to Mexico and I stayed over at my dad's house, right? Because obviously I'm not gonna pay for a hotel, man. I got a free house there, even though it's in the hood. Like people get shot there, but it's free. I remember that this is a time where I always fall asleep at 3 a.m. in the morning. I just had sleep apnea. Like I just couldn't sleep at all. So I had my MacBook at that time, and I would just watch Netflix. Pretty much Netflix all the time till 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. But I remember one time, it's like 3 a.m. I'm in the MacBook. I'm like watching Netflix, and I remember we had a dog back in the day. And in my room, there's no door, like a wooden door. It's like a sliding door, like a window sliding door. So you could see anything, right? Pretty creepy. Why it was there, I don't know, man. It was like the design flaw right there at its finest. And I remember the dog was literally staring at me, sitting down, tail wasn't wagging. It was like this. Stone cold. Would not move. And I was looking at it. And I'm like, dude, I felt something weird behind me. Like, you ever feel like goosebumps where like someone's like holding your like your traps over here, whatever? That's what I felt, and I shook it off. I went like this, and I was like, man, this feels weird, man. The vibe just changed automatically once I stared at the dog, and the dog was still there. And your boy couldn't sleep for an hour. I started praying, guys, praying. And then I passed out. Then I told my uncle, and my uncle was like, man, you're crazy, man. Get out of here, dude, man. You're smoking too much weed. I mean, I don't smoke weed, but you guys get the point. That was a true story, dude. I was terrified that night. And then there comes the worst one that ever happened to me. In Mexico, you have an interest to go on the rooftop because that's how they dry their clothes. They had hangers there. So in the room that my dad made was literally right next to the door to go through the roof, right? So we always lock that door, right? You have to lock that door. If you don't lock it, you're getting jacked, bro. Some thieves gonna come in, gunpoint. Something bad is gonna happen, and I don't want to be that statistic. So I always lock it, right? And I just pass out, and I remember like 3 a.m., bro. Like, this is a crazy thing. Everything happens at 3 a.m. Every freaking time. Someone's knocking like this at the metal door. So it's like a straight metal door. So the knocking is pretty loud, and there's people below it that were sleeping, right? Like cousins and stuff, and they couldn't hear damn thing, dude. They were like asleep. But I was like, dude, this knocking has been there for hours and hours. And I'm like, who in the hell is gonna knock at your door at 3 a.m. in the morning when their goal is to come inside and steal all your stuff and maybe murder you? I don't know, man. I don't know a thief that will ever do that. If I was a thief, I would not do that. I would not do that. So I was convinced it was something, man, like a bad spirit or something trying to get in. If I open that door, man, if I let that bad spirit, bad omen comes in my play, man, and my life is pretty much ruined. Ruined. Whatever. That happened. I fell asleep afterwards, man, because I was tired. But nothing happened, and then since then, I never heard that knock again. I'm glad I did not open that door. And then the last one, it was one of the cousins as well, and this cousin was literally he fell asleep, and he started getting these, you know, these dreams where they feel real, like you feel like you're awake. That's what happened. So apparently he was dreaming that he was in his room resting, and he felt someone like literally grabbing from the chest, like pushing him down towards the bed and holding them still right there, like trying to take control of him and like literally trying to cuss him out, saying like, man, you want to know about the secret of life, blah blah blah, but bunch of like crazy stuff, man, crazy stuff, like trying to show him like who's the devil and all that stuff. And I was like, when he was telling me that, I was like, Jesus, dude, that sounds like a freaking nightmare, dude. Like, I was like, dude, man, I would have. You know, like we all get sleep paralysis, dude. I used to get it a lot back in the day. But how he explained it, where there was like a wizard literally trying to teach him everything. But the thing is, you had to sacrifice something. And that's the scary part, man. When they tell you have to sacrifice something, better believe it, don't do it. You know, you're pretty much selling your soul to the devil. You know that term? But unfortunately, that guy, that old wizard guy, got mad at him and literally started cussing him out in Spanish. And then he woke up. I believe that story too. And that was in that house. So I feel like that house in Mexico that my dad bought, there's some type of energy there. I mean, to be honest, I feel like there's something bad there, unfortunately. And you guys know, like, I don't know, when I go to the house, I don't feel nothing. But it's always at nighttime at 3 a.m. in the morning. That's when you feel the stuff, you know? And you don't have to be lucky to actually feel the vibration change, like, from positive to negative, dude. Like, it's, like, instant like that, bro. Instant. So, hey, I don't know if you believe those stories. Some of them I really don't believe them. But most of them, I tell you what, guys, I never expected to actually stay in a haunted house. And I gotta say, I'm a survivor. I am a survivor of that haunted house, man. And I feel like if I would have stayed for a year there, my life would have changed. And not for the good. But I was contemplating to actually do a voice recording. But at the same time, I am afraid, just because it's just another way to communicate with spirits or ghosts. But the thing is, you don't know who you're communicating with. So every time when people do that, the voice recorder, you might be talking to a demon or something like that. And once you talk to those, do they get attached to you and they will follow you home? You know, that's what's dangerous. That's how I don't do that kind of stuff. Like the Ouija board, man, I run away, man. There's a reason why. You don't understand those damn freaking board games, man. It shouldn't even be a game that should be selling. So, there we go. That was my story from Mexico. Do you believe it or not?